Deion Sanders, pre-draft reports on Shedeur Sanders did hurt. Colorado coach Deion Sanders said he was hurt by reports that said his son Shedeur Sanders was unprepared during pre-draft meetings with NFL teams, but he also isn't buying the validity of them, either. Shedeur Sanders, who had been widely expected to be a first-round pick, dropped all the way to the 5th round before he was selected by the Cleveland Browns. Shedeur Sanders, Deion Sanders' other son available to be drafted, wasn't selected at all but signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers after the draft. It did hurt. But the Bible says God uses the foolish things to confound the wise. There was some foolish stuff that went on, but that gave them something that they needed, Sanders said on the most recent episode of the Say What Needs to Be Said podcast, hosted by former NFL cornerback Asante Samuel. Like that edge that Tom Brady had, it gave them the edge that you had, it gave them the edge that I have. Folks said we weren't gonna be nothing. But we had to prove that. It gave them the edge that they needed. Both of them. It's a sentiment that's similar to one Brady texted to Shedeur Sanders himself. Brady, who has been a mentor to Sanders, said on the Impulsive podcast last month that he texted the quarterback to advise him to use his draft slide as motivation. Sanders will be wearing the number 12 to start his NFL career just like Brady did throughout his. Deion Sanders particularly took offense to reports that Shedeur Sanders wore headphones during meetings with NFL teams. When you sit up there and say something like he went into a meeting unprepared, like, dude, Deion Sanders said on the podcast. Shedeur Sanders, who has had 6 different, offensive, coordinators, who has still functioned and leveled up every time we brought somebody new in, and you're going to tell me he was unprepared? You're going to tell me he had on headphones? Anybody who knows my son understands he's a professional. He's going to go into a meeting with headphones on? Y'all, come on now. Shedeur Sanders is one of 5 quarterbacks competing for the team's starting job, along with fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel and veterans Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Deshaun Watson. Watson, however, is rehabbing from a second tier of his right Achilles tendon, so his availability is in question.